Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So previously we saw the Lenormand deck, Oracle deck, right? So now today I have here the Kipper's Oracle deck. So this was again created or published by the same person, that is Ciro Marchetti. Okay, so I am not sure if I'm pronouncing the name right. So yes, so this is the Kipper's deck, and this is how the box looks like. It's almost similar to the Lenormand deck. I'll just show you here. So I have my Lenormand deck, so it's almost similar, okay, but it's quite different. So you can see even the size is the same, both of them are the same size and the same kind of box, okay, but it's quite different. This is Lenormand and this is Kipper. Okay, so I'll do a comparison video in my next video. So for now we'll review this. So this is how the box looks like. This is a small information here, and this is published by the US game system. So it's the same publisher for the Lenormand, and he's the author. Okay, Ciro Marchetti is the author. And then it opens like a book, same like a Lenormand. So it opens like a book like this. It has magnet here. Okay, so it's very beautiful, very luxurious, and you have a booklet. Okay, so this is again quite informative. It has all the details about each card. You can see it. Okay, that's it. It's just few description about the cards, and I don't know if the table of content is mentioned. No, there's no table of content, so it directly goes into each card. Okay, so it's a small cute little book with all cards, and there is card spread. Yeah, there are a few card spreads here. Okay, so that's about the uh, guidebook. So we'll keep this aside and we'll see the cards. So these are the cards here. Okay, so I'll keep the guidebook and the box aside. So now the cards, you can see how the cards are. So you have this clown pattern, face here. It's quite scary when you look at it. You can see the clown, it has no eyeball inside, so it's completely dark, hollow, what do you say, hollow eyes. So it's quite scary. But yeah, this is the design here. So it has this blackish border with gray, design. So this has gray gilding. Okay, the Lenormand one had golden gilding, and the back was red with black and golden design. Now it is gray with black and silver design. So this is silver gilding. Okay, so it's very beautiful. It's completely silver, very beautiful gilding that they're given here. Okay, so this is how the card looks like at the front. You can see. So in the Lenormand follows more into symbology. Okay, you have to look at the card. There is no keyword, nothing. Only there is the numbering, and you have the normal play card design there with the side, and you have to predict or use your intuition and use the cards. But here in the Keeper's deck, it is like a normal Oracle deck. Okay, so you can see there's a keyword down here and there's number here. So it's like a normal Oracle deck. Okay, so how is it different from an Oracle deck? Oracle decks are more to do with guidance, and they are more positive. Okay, so they give very positive reading. It is not scary, and it is very approachable, very, it's more easy to read with an Oracle deck, and it gives that guidance. It's like a mother. It protects you, or it gives you that motivation and all that. Keeper's deck is straightforward answers to your question, whether it is good or bad. It has no in between. There is no gray. There is only black or white. So this gives you, it might get very overwhelming at times. Okay, so it can give you certain answers which are quite scary or intimidating, or it can, it just gives you straightforward answers. That's all I can say. Okay, so you have to be very, very open-minded to use these decks, because it can give you negative answers. Okay, so you have to be very accepting. So let's look at the card itself. So the card stock is pretty good. It's quite thick, okay, and very well made. It's laminated and it's very shiny. The cardstock is very, very glossy and shiny, both the sides, and it is laminated. So it has this border here, black border with silver lining, and then you have the numbers on the top, and you have the keyword down, and the image here. Images are very, very good, and the card itself is great quality. Okay, so this is how it looks like. It's easy to shuffle because it's quite tiny. You can see I have very tiny palm, and you can see the card size, so it's very small. Okay, so as of now I will not shuffle it because it's arranged. Okay, I've arranged it as per the serial numbers. So later I'll show it to you. So let's go one by one. So I'll just keep it nearby so you guys can see it. Okay, I'm sorry for the glare because these are glossy cards, so we can't help it. So the first card here we have is main man. Okay, and then we have the main female. Okay, sorry, this was main male and this is main female. So you can see how the design, you can see how beautiful it is. And then we have marriage. We have courtship. It's quite sticking together. Yeah, I think because of the gilding and the glossiness, it's sticking. This is matured man, matured woman, message, false person, change. You can pause the video and take a look at the card, okay, in detail. So I'll just go a little faster, so I don't want to keep this a lengthy video. So journey, sudden wealth, privileged lady. This is wealthy man, message of concern, lovers, thoughts, gift, child, coffin, house. Very realistic images, by the way, and very royal images. Living room, official person, courthouse, thief, high honor, great fortune, unexpected income, expectation, imprisonment, what is this? Judication, bad health. So it has a lot of negative cards, so you should be aware of it. Despair, concern, occupation, pathway, distant horizon, sorry, poverty, toil and labor, and the last card is community. Okay, so these are the cards. So now when you buy the normal, there are different versions of the Keeper's deck, similar to the Lenormand. So the same way, this particular author has, he always gives extra cards. Okay, even in the Lenormand, the usual deck has 36 cards, but then he has given extra cards which makes it up to 47. Here also the ideal number of cards will be 36, but then we have 3 extra cards at the end, right? So these 3 are actually extra cards. So the normal Keeper's deck, if you purchase any other deck, it would be only 36 in the deck. But here we get 3 more extra cards, which is actually a bonus, which is really good for reading. So that's why I opted for this particular version of it, because I really like those cards. And I do not go for the keywords, like I don't see the keywords and I don't predict or go by the keywords or the guidebook. I use my own intuition. So now there are a lot of similar cards if you see here. So if you see community shows a family here, okay, that is fine. And then we have toil and labor, we have occupation, so there are 2 labor cards. Okay, and then there was another card which was similar, which is concern. there's concern here, and there's concern of message of concern. I hope you guys remember. There was a message of concern card. Hmm, I don't know where it went. Here. Okay. So you have concern and message of concern. So there are a lot of similar cards. There's some 3 4 wealth cards as well, because it's similar, right? But you need to use your own intuition, and you need to predict it and make it in a use it in a different way. Okay. So look at the images, because these decks, with especially the Kipper and the Lenormand deck, they go by intuition and they go by imagery, the symbols, the expression, symbols, direction, all those things matter when you use these cards. Okay, so that's the difference. You don't do that when you're using a tarot or an oracle card, but here we do it. Okay, we use symbols, and symbols are used even in tarot cards, but here we use directions as well. And yeah, sometimes we use directions and all that, color direction, numerology and all that, even in tarot card. But here it is mostly to do with direction and all that. Okay, so yes, that's about the deck review. Okay, so I hope you like this video, and it is very easy to shuffle. You can see how nicely it shuffles. It's very easy, it doesn't stick. Okay, the silver gilding doesn't stick, or the edging that is done here doesn't stick. Okay, so it is easy to shuffle. So it's a very beautiful deck. It depends on your, if you really like these decks, then you can purchase it. It gives you very very accurate, on point answers to your questions. So when do I use these decks, whether it is Lenormand or Kipper? So when I do my daily guidance, or when I just want some positive message, motivational message, or when I do a prediction, where I don't want to scare my clients, or I don't want to scare my audience, so then I use my oracle decks. Okay, and usually when I do my client readings, in my reality, that's my personal life, when I do my client readings, I use my tarot deck. Okay, so that's the most that I used. And sometimes for a general reading we use the tarot deck, but when my client asks me particular question, like suppose when they ask me, tell me the future of my marriage life, or when am I going to get my soulmate, or when am I going to get married, when am I going to get a child, or I am struggling in my job career, when is it going to improve, such questions, when am I going to get a job, a house, or when will I be traveling abroad, all these things. Okay, when they ask me a particular question is when I use the Keeper's deck and the Lenormand's deck. Okay, so it depends on the question that they ask. So depending on that, I will choose whether to use the Lenormand or the Keeper. Okay, so mostly I would, if you ask me which is my favorite, yes, I am more of a tarot person. I love my tarot decks, so I use mostly tarot. But when it becomes a particular question, that's when I use these. Okay, so that's the difference. So in my videos mostly I use the oracle cards. And again, if you will notice, when it's a particular question based video, then I use my Lenormand or Kipper deck. Okay, and when I do general things, general readings and all, I use the tarot deck or the oracle deck. So that's how I use my decks. So will I recommend this? Yes, 100% yes. These can be very overwhelming and very quite negative and all that, but end of the day you will get your answer. Okay, and it's going to be on point and it's going to be true. So that's the most important thing, right? Life is not sugarcoating, or life is not flowery all the time. You need to know the reality. You can't be sleeping and dreaming all the time, right? Manifesting is different, dreaming is different. So you need to wake up. You need to wake up to this reality. Okay, so I would definitely recommend this deck. It's a beautiful deck. It can be a bit pricey, but its choice is yours. You will get a lesser price deck, okay, but you won't get these extra cards in those. So this deck is more beautiful, very luxurious to use. Yeah, quite intimidating, but very good to use. So I'll put up the links in the description. You can go ahead and you can purchase it from there, or if you find it somewhere else, for a lesser price, you can purchase it from there. So highly recommended. Yeah, so that's about it, guys. I hope you like this video, and if you like it, please subscribe to my channel and click on that like button. Okay, so that's it then. Bye, take care, stay safe.